What's up? What's up?
Hello.
We're live. Welcome to Gnarly by Nature. This is episode one. Thanks to everybody who tuned in. I'm
Mhm.
one of your hosts, Ricky Webb. You can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Sorry.
Hello, everybody. My name is Brent, and we are here. One of us, we are actually here in two different places, but with the magic
Yes,
of the internet, we're here together.
yes, it's quite amazing. Um, we're one of the first to do this.
Yeah, they said it was impossible. And, with how our first two episode trials went, it seems like they might have been right, but we persevered and we're back.
Yeah, yes. We definitely thought it was going to be just turning on some cameras and talking, and no, there's a lot of work that goes into making a podcast, and
And
uh,
speaking of work, I'd like to introduce the man behind the camera and behind everything happening, Abe.
absolutely.
Howdy.
What up, Abe?
Yo, just chilling.
So yeah, we can introduce ourselves a little more deeply. Let's start with you, our friend Brent, our sunglass clad friend, but he's not the only one.
Oh,
You see, I came prepared today.
oh shit. Oh my
Yeah, he thought he was the only one who could pick up some sunglasses.
Get some
Uh,
glasses.
got mine too, and I think mine are looking a little cooler than yours, man.
I got mine from our mutual friend Evan. So yeah, probably.
Although I actually got mine from my grandma
Oh shit. Yeah, no, I think you
because
still got me.
because she worries about my eyes so much. So they've got like the side sunglass
Oh, bro.
here, so ain't no light getting up in here, buddy.
Penetrable.
Yeah. Um, yeah. So what's been new? So Brent is a writer. I'd say that that's your main occupational title right now.
Yeah, I would say so. That's definitely what I've been working on. I've got a degree in journalism. I went to school here in Indianapolis, Indiana. Since then, job market's been crazy. What with the last year being, the last year it was, which is 2020. But I've been doing a lot of freelancing and doing a whole lot of different stuff and just trying to find kind of my niche in the writing world. So it's been a really cool experience.
What's your favorite freelance project you've done so far?
Hmm. I've done I've done a lot of different cool things. But I would say probably like the first job that I got that was like a recurring, like, here you go, do this every week kind of thing. It was actually for like this company that makes like unbreakable, like really high quality plastic like drinkware. And so like as you can see, I'm a fan of the sauce a little bit. So I gotta like investigate different cocktails and like come up with different stuff. And like it was like they pretty much gave me free reign to create my own content, and they just kind of let me have, free, just let me do whatever I wanted to do, which I kind of thought was a really cool experience. That's what I want. That's why I wanted to be a writer in the first place, was
Yeah.
having, the get paid to express myself, and
So you got to put some jokey jokes in it or
yeah, I
something?
got, I got to be a little silly and come up with some.
Silly Brent.
I know, but yeah, I had to keep it pretty much PG, which it's a bit of a struggle for me at times. But
could you read it for us sometime?
oh yeah, yeah, definitely. I've got a few. Like I did like even some like history of like different drinks and stuff like that, where I like kind of dove into that.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit of a nerd too. You'll find out. I know a bunch of random information that does no good, except hopefully teaches some people something. I don't know.
Makes you look cool in social settings. They're like, this guy
I,
just keeps talking about things. Like, how does he do that?
I either look cool or I sound like a guy who doesn't know how to shut up. So
They're like, dude, this dude just keeps talking about things.
I know. Yeah.
It depends on how they say
Yeah.
it.
It's like if you're thirsty, I've got the water for you. But if you're drowning, I also have the water.
How much you're drowning in.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, exactly. So
That's
but
funny.
but our other host here, Ricky, he's done a little bit of everything. And let me tell you, he's done all of it well. And that's been a really cool thing to see. He we met at Ball State University. We both skateboarded, and I the first time I skated with him, I kind of like saw him a few times around campus, and I had my board, and he was like, "Oh, yeah, I skate." And like when you're a skateboarder, you hear like 100 people say that, or like, "Oh, I used to skate when I was, you know." But I was like, "Okay, whatever, dude." And we skated, and we skated together for the first time, and he was like this amazing, talented skateboarder, and I was like, "Oh, okay, well, I'll learn to shut up."
I'll take the compliments. I'm a pretty good skateboarder. Pretty
Yeah,
good. I'd say I'm pretty good.
and beyond that, he's really talented with music. He's taught music professionally for a while, and beyond that, he's
I
been
did.
involved in like the indie rap scene, kind of Indiana in general, kind of a few different places. Talented rapper, music producer, I would say. Would you call yourself a producer as well?
At times, yeah, I guess. Yeah. I
He's
mean,
done a little bit of all, and now he's taking on MMA as his most recent thing, and sounds like he's accelerating quickly in that too, which doesn't surprise me at all. Like I said,
yeah, well.
Ricky's
Yeah, I
definitely
didn't
the jack of all trades type, and the phrase goes jack of all trades, master of none. But I feel like Ricky's like jack of all trades, master of like a lot of them.
Well, thank you for that introduction. I couldn't have given myself a better one, I don't think.
If you tried.
Uh, it'd be very boastful to come out of my own mouth. But yeah, the MMA, it it's really changed me. Well, man, it sucks. I really have not been able to skate a lot. Like, first of all, it's been snowing. I mean, I'm in Denver, Colorado now. It's when it snows, it dumps. Like like
Yeah.
when they say when it rains, it pours, whatever the same is for snow, and more literally. Yeah, it's like crazy. And I'm still not sure if it's done snowing. It was like 80 degrees today. It might snow in a week and a half. Like that's just how it's been. I mean, it hasn't gotten this hot yet, but yeah, I haven't been able to skate. And on top of that, last year I broke my foot, and it just doesn't feel the same. It sucks, dude. It makes me really mad. Like, but I step on my board and I don't know what it is. It's like I guess I have this like fear,
Yeah.
but it comes from the feel like I don't feel the same on my board, you know.
Yeah. And I
Um,
mean, any small thing is, with skateboarding, it's just like if your trucks are too loose, if anything's different, it
mhm.
takes adjustment, but it's like your own body. So, I mean, I
Yeah,
can't.
yeah. And yeah, seriously, that's a good way to put it. I didn't even really think about that, but yeah, and it's like, so I broke the fifth metatarsal. That's that outside bone on your foot, and the weird part about it is that it's connected to it like I forget what it's called. It's like a tendon that like goes up your leg, and
Mm,
so like, and that's the tendon that allows you to like lift and let down your foot. So there's that. And then on top of that, it's like it's weird. Like when I first got back on my board after breaking my foot, it's like I could feel every pebble on the
mm.
ground that I went over. Like my foot would
Extra
start to
sensitive.
like, yeah, it would start to like buzz after like 5 minutes of just rolling around. So yeah, it's sad. But luckily, at the gym, it doesn't really bother me too much. And yeah, it's I think it's gonna be an interesting journey.
Yeah.
Um, I used to be scared of the idea. I used to only want to do jujitsu tournaments because it's a little less damaging. You know, you don't get elbowed in the face and things like that. I mean, you do, I guess,
True.
by accident
Yeah.
sometimes. Um,
But it's not actively happening. People trying to hurt
yeah,
him.
yeah, just like, oh, yeah. So I had a fear of it, and then I don't know. I don't really have that fear anymore. Sometimes it comes back. Like I don't know if you saw any highlights from last weekend's UFC fights.
I didn't. I heard about a couple of them, the fights, but I heard it was a
Uh,
card.
yeah, could you pull up a video, Abe? Just type in Chris Weidman.
Are
Yeah,
we are
it's
we
W.
allowed to do this?
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, we can edit it out if we find out that, you know,
True.
yeah,
True.
yeah. So I just want you to see it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
Um,
Nothing else. Yeah, we can make sense.
yeah. So are you going to? the YouTube, Abe. Let me make sure we're clicking on the same link here. It's so crazy that his name is like second in the search results, and it's like there's a lot of famous Chris's, you know. So,
That's true. That's true.
Okay. Are you on the search results, Abe?
Who did he fight?
This was versus Uriah Hall.
Oh, I've heard of him. Yeah, I'm just for the listeners. I'm a casual.
6 feet tall. Weigh in.
Yeah, that's it.
I definitely enjoy the sport, but I don't claim to be any sort of expert. But
yeah, that's fine.
I
Yeah.
definitely have heard of both of these
At
dudes.
185 pounds.
The kick. Oh.
Yeah. And that I can relate to. You see how he yeah, did you see how he like didn't really seem to notice that it happened until
he went back to
couldn't
stand
step.
on it,
Yeah, so that's something I can relate to. When I snapped my arm in half when I was 14 years old, and you literally don't know that it happened unless you maybe see your arm break, you know. But if it's something like that, your body does not allow you to feel the pain like at first. It's interesting, or maybe it's so fast that I don't know. I think it's like an adrenaline rush as soon as it happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, so seeing that happen, and then there's another video of this guy gets kneed in the face as he tries to take a guy down. Pretty normal. That happens. Yeah. But for some reason his like skull like shattered. And they had to like put it back together. I'm like, ugh. But I mean,
oh no.
So it's scary. It is scary, but I mean, I guess people probably look at skateboarding and think the same thing. And I did that for half my life. So,
right. I mean, anything's a calculated risk, and you have to trust your training and your conditioning.
Yeah, exactly. Which is probably something I need to say that again.
I said anything can happen though. Like you could walk down the stairs and just like your ACL tears, and you're like, whoa, what the fuck,
Yeah, absolutely. So, but what you said before is trusting in your like abilities and your training. Like that's really very, very true. And also something that like I think I need to hear, because I was just like telling my girlfriend that like kind of not like annoyed, but I'm just anxious. Like I just if someone give me a fight for like next month, I would go do it, you know.
Yeah.
I'm pretty like, I don't know, I'm probably overconfident in myself right now. But I know that I'm better than a lot of people. So
it's also better to be too confident. You know what I mean? Like within
true,
reason,
yeah.
Within reason.
No, for sure. Something like this, like you got to be a little bit delusional, I think.
Like, yeah, like if I was a YouTuber, I probably wouldn't want to like box Floyd Mayweather or anything,
Oh yeah, that would never happen. Oh
no, that's crazy.
Oh, in another dimension, but in this one, that's happening.
Yeah.
He really, well, I don't know how much he believes, but I think he believes he has a chance.
He believes in that paycheck, boy. I'll tell you that much.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, that's first and foremost. But then after that, he really trains to try to do it. So I think if you don't think you have a chance, you just be chilling and just waiting for that ass beating.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd get in the ring with him. What is he? He's like 145 pounds. I'd take a few licks.
Yeah, 150, I believe.
Yeah. I'd take a few from Floyd.
But like, it's funny that people think that way, because I mean, if an 8-year-old punches you square in the face,
yeah, I just mean
it won't knock you out. But
again, anything we said, like we said before, like anything can happen. But it's not like I'm getting into the ring with like Mike Tyson.
Okay, yeah,
If
yeah,
I
yeah,
get
yeah.
hit, like my life can change and I can't like hold a
Yeah.
spoon anymore.
Claire's gonna feed you
Yeah,
now.
I mean, yeah. So that's
But
that's
you,
kind of like where I'm coming from. Like, I'm not. I would get touched up by Floyd Mayweather. There's no doubt. It would not be fun. My face might even get swollen shut, but the chances of just like an overhand right, like putting me in a home, aren't as high.
yeah, no, that's really funny. Um, it looks like my camera's skipping. Was it skipping there?
No, I mean, I think
Oh no,
no. Your
did you
audio
say
is
yeah? Abe? Okay,
your audio is
well,
solid though.
okay,
Yeah. Right,
well,
Abe?
that's good.
Seeing the same thing? Okay.
Okay, well, that's not as bad, I guess.
Mm-mm.
It's workable. All right, so cool. So let's introduce Abe as well. He's an artist. I would say art is your primary profession, right, Abe? It's a shtick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I've known Abe for a long time. We've kind of just like had like mutual friends and stuff like that. But working with him on this podcast has been really eye opening to just how talented he is. Not only with like his actual drawing ability, but like his creativity has been a really cool like thing to see. It's like inspiring to see someone who can come up with so many good ideas like that and then make them
yeah,
happen. It's really cool to see.
for sure, and it's fun because you can just like for like the art you see on the screen, that was done by Abe, and you're able to just throw an idea out to him, and then a few days later, it's real.
You have
So
tangible, yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Well,
it's pretty cool. We're working on like, or really, he's working on an animation to go with the intro of the podcast. So
mhm.
that would be that will be very cool to see when we get it done. So
Definitely this podcast is this is where we're kind of starting out. We're new to the podcast world, and we are hoping to have a lot of things happen naturally for us. But anyone listening, we'd love to hear your input as well on like not only like what the show looks like, but the kind of like the things that you want to hear about, and different things. We'll have a few segments that we're going to get into today, that we've kind of come up with ahead of time and stuff. But the main idea of this podcast is, having a good time and bringing you guys along for the ride and learn a couple things and bullshit. I mean,
yeah.
yeah, we
So
also
entertainment.
hope to move into having a lot of guests on the show that are people who have come up in their fields and kind of find out how people get there. It's something
Yeah.
that a lot of people, especially in our generation, are trying to find that niche to use to their advantage. People that have talents and can find their own path forward. So we definitely want to shine some light on those people doing those sort of things.
Very, very well said. Um, cool. So let's move on to should we do some gnarly news first?
I like that. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, gnarly news is it's just our take on news segments that we found interesting, and yeah, it's really not much more than that. So
Mhm.
Abe, you want to pull a random news clipping from the hat? Yes.
Hmm. Uh-oh. Oh,
Oh, okay. Sorry, industry.
yeah. You know,
Let me hear them so I can stop using them
cannabis
for you.
users are big fans of corporations and what they think. So,
Oh, look, my lighting got a little better because
it did.
This bill is really monumental in that it acknowledges past harm, it atones for it, and it actually provides restitution in real concrete ways for impacted people directly and for impacted communities.
These communities actually will be able to be prioritized.
look, this is an ad.
What?
Oh, I was like, they really got us.
Yeah,
That
it's like,
seemed
whoa, this-
really on the
these ads are
subject.
evolving though. You never know.
Yeah.
I can summarize the article.
Okay. Yeah. Just I don't care about their video, but what
So
slang
we got it
words
pulled up on the screen here.
are so bad?
Specifically, they were talking about the term marijuana being like it was originally used as like a Mexican thing because apparently it's like it's like to sound like a scary thing that the Mexicans were doing to make it illegal. They're like, oh,
Yeah. So there was a similar plant that grew in Mexico that
Mhm.
was called marijuana,
Mhm.
I believe.
Yeah,
And then yes, what you said, they I believe that was part of the what was it called? Reefer Madness.
mhm. Yeah, I think so too. I think it might have
What
even been
president?
before that. I think it might have been before that even. I thought like
Oh,
Reefer
okay.
Madness was like in like the 40s and 50s or something. Like,
So what president was that under? I think it was
wow.
Reagan.
Well, that was the
No.
war on drugs. Yeah, that was like in the 80s. But
Yeah, yeah, okay.
I'm not too sure.
Yeah, well, I kind of remember that. I don't really see there. I don't think anybody. I don't. That's stupid. That's stupid to now say like we gotta stop saying that. It's like, but I do see that happening. I go into dispensaries here, and it's like it's not like we call you know weed like we call it like tree or bud or something. They'll call it flower here.
Yeah.
Like
They even talk about how like weed, that's a negative connotation. That's a plant that chokes out other good plants and blah blah. It's like, oh Jesus.
I mean, Jesus Christ, people will cry about anything these days. It's
I know.
like,
Well,
aren't you
that's like
smoking weed?
go back up a little bit, Abe. I learned something from this article I thought was crazy. What pod is short for? I think it's like it says weeds can be ugly and destructive. Do you see that little line there? Yeah. And then the next thing it says pot is short for Patacion de Guaya, which is an alcoholic beverage that means drink of grief, apparently. And that's where the term pot came from. I'm like, oh, okay.
But
So
it's not a drink.
I know, yeah. I think that's I'm like, okay. I don't
Okay,
know.
well, I mean, I guess I get the sentiment, but I don't think anybody thinks of those things anymore when they hear pot,
No,
marijuana, or weed.
I don't
It's
think so
just
either. I mean, and it's like if they do, maybe this isn't for you.
yeah, I just feel like the whole thing, like marijuana's whole shtick is like just chill. You
Well, that's
know
the
why?
thing. It's even like on the books as marijuana, like in like legal senses and everything. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
Like, then, yeah. I just don't really get the point. It's just like, who cares?
and you know, like, what are we actually doing by changing what we call it? You know what I
That's
mean?
yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't know. Aren't you supposed to like just chill out when you smoke legal? Like, why are you creating controversy around the name of like marijuana? Just like enjoy the marijuana or
yeah,
the cannabis, whatever you want to call it. Like, fuck.
yeah, no kidding. No
It's
kidding.
just do you really expect people like this to change in the world? I don't know. People are really that's kind of like a new that's a
Yeah,
new
it
thing in the
also
world.
being called jazz cabbage, which is fun.
Well, I feel like we see this happening on larger scales, you know, like
Absolutely.
obviously stop using the N word. That was kind of a big one.
Whoa, whoa,
And
whoa.
then
When did that happen?
and then I feel like more recently the word gay has like because I remember in like fifth grade, you know, boys would just like slap each other and be like, shut up, you're gay.
Yeah.
But like 9 times out of 10, we weren't actually calling each other homosexuals. We
No,
were
it just
just
means
like,
like it's like whack or lame or something. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. So I have who was a gay relative.
Mhm.
He actually has transitioned from a girl now.
Mm.
But I remember when I was like 10, she at the time,
Yeah.
he heard me call my older brother gay, and she was just like, "Why are you calling him? Like, why do you call him gay?" And so then I said what you said. I was like, it just means like It's like I don't mean that. It just means he's like stupid or something. And she was like,
Right.
oh, so gay is stupid. And I'm like, no, I was not saying that either. Like,
Right. I mean, it is an inaccurate way of saying what you're saying. So like, if that hurts people's feelings, I have no problem not using that terminology. You know, it's
yeah,
just
no,
oh,
for
well,
sure.
cool. Yeah, no.
Well, no, yeah, what I'm saying that's interesting is that's not really a thing anymore. Like,
No, that's gone. I remember I kind of remember when that happened. Like I remember I said that and like some people I was around were like, "Oh." And I was like, "Oh,
oh, that's not a thing anymore.
you said that last week. What do you mean?"
Yeah,
Now,
but this thing on the internet said we don't say it
I
anymore.
know.
Now.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding.
But yeah, it's interesting. So now, I mean, I guess a similar thing is happening with marijuana now. It's like
I know.
maybe in 10 years it really will be weird to call it weed.
Maybe, honestly, maybe like, "Oh,
They'll be like, why do you call it that? And it's like,
yeah."
what? That's what we used to call it back in the day.
You mean cannabis flower? I'm like, "Yes."
You mean cannabis petals? We don't call it
Yeah.
cannabis flower because that.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, if that's where we want to draw the line, if we're going to fix, I wish we could fix problems by changing terminology. And, it probably has an effect to a degree. I mean, it probably there is, but I mean, just like, man, we're going to waste resources on telling people they're wrong of what they've said. I mean, unless it's hurting people, which, I mean, I guess is what that article is trying to argue, but I think that's pretty crazy. I don't think that Mexican people would stop calling it marijuana. You know what I mean? They're like, you know what? This is wrong. Our people have been
Yeah.
wrong by this. And there's no doubt. And the article points out like how many Latino people have been like incarcerated for, marijuana. And it's just like, well, yes, that's definitely true. But I don't think it's because
I don't think the
of
name of it
Yeah.
changes.
It's
It's
they changed
because
it
of the
to cannabis, and then,
legality.
yeah, it's going to be cannabis and they start arresting scientists. I don't think so.
Yeah, I think these people were trying to say that it should be legal everywhere. That's what they were meaning to say.
That's definitely
They accidentally wrote a different article.
Yeah. No kidding. No kidding.
All right. What's next, Dave?
What else we got?
What about him?
Oh, oh,
What were his comments? Oh, yeah. Well, he also says multiple times on every podcast that he's not a scientist, he's not a doctor, that he doesn't know shit. So,
yeah, I think he called himself a fucking moron, which is just like
yeah.
he's like, look, I'm a fucking moron talking about this. And then they took those headlines. They're like, Joe Rogan is a self-reported fucking moron. You know what I mean? It's just like, okay. Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh yeah, okay, that's better. Yeah, I don't know. The way I look at it is I can see like his own sentiment of being like, oh man, I should maybe watch what I say, but I don't think it's his job to watch what he says.
No.
And now maybe, I mean, I'm pretty sure he owns everything he does, but I mean, maybe if, I don't know, a lawyer maybe would say, hey, like, you should take that back. Maybe, that's in his own interest, but it reminds me of like Eminem early in his career. He just kind of said whatever the fuck he wanted, and then he somehow got really famous, and then all of a sudden people are like, oh, you can't say that, and it's like,
yeah, whenever whenever you got a lot to lose, a lot of people change their mind, which I mean, I can't say I blame them. It's definitely human nature to do that too, but it's definitely like, yeah, when there's more spotlight on you, you can't shine as bright either. You know what I mean? Like you can't really be yourself as much. It's like, oh well, okay, I guess I got it.
Yeah, well, it's like then he gets blamed for kids acting out. It's like, oh, it's because of that album that came out. It's
like if he didn't make that music, no kids would have been doing illegal stuff. I mean,
yeah, exactly. And like there aren't plenty of people who make the same similar type of music, but they're just not as famous. So I don't know. Also, I listened to Eminem when I was like 4 years old, and for my own testament, when I would hear him talk about drugs and stuff, first of all, I didn't even know what half of the words he said. Like I remember learning what Hennessy was and then being like, oh, that's what Eminem says in that song that I just always, you know, but when I heard what he talked about, I was like, oh, that stuff sounds bad
Mm-hmm.
personally.
Yeah, well, and he talked about drug abuse as a bad thing. You know what I mean? And a lot of his
Yeah.
like this is so cool. It's like talks about his mom and like all the issues they had and like and like
Yeah.
so it's not like he was being like well he literally has a song that says like be just like me. You know what I mean? But he's being ironic.
Yeah. Yeah. For
Yeah,
sure.
I
It's just
literally
like,
tried to bleach my hair with hydrogen peroxide when I was a kid. So I mean, I was a little Slim Shady. I was like,
yeah. So, I mean, I feel like if he felt like it was best for his career to censor himself, then
yeah,
that's what he should have done. And, but if he doesn't want to, I don't feel like I actually straight up just hate censorship, period. I hate that like you can't watch something on TV without it having bleeped out words, even if it's like a definitely an adult channel, you know, which
yeah,
not all do. I watch like if you watch Comedy Central late night, sometimes I don't know if they still do it, but I remember South Park used to say the F word
yeah.
after like 11 and stuff like that. And I thought that was really cool. But South Park can do that. Like South Park can do whatever they want for well, not for some reason. It's because they're Comedy
A
Central's
wildly
best.
successful show. Yeah,
Yeah, they're by far
yeah.
Comedy Central's best show. So if they want them to stay on the network, they literally have to like they bow down to South Park.
It'll be really interesting to see what happens next because we're running into things with like YouTube starting to censor, but then there's platforms like Netflix, Spotify, all these other things. Are like, look,
Right, right.
come here. People pay a subscription to get this, and then it's like on them. It's not like a kid just happened to turn on a TV. It's like no, we had to have an account. We had to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pay
So
all
I
this.
mean, so it's the FCC, right? Like
Yeah,
do
and the
they have a
internet.
hand in the internet as well?
So, is to my knowledge, no, not nearly as much, at least, because there's so many harder things to like to define,
Right,
So
right.
I think that a lot of it is it's not like because it's like YouTube and stuff like that, they're starting to censor and stuff there, but they're starting to censor through like demonetization. And of course they don't allow like extreme violence or pornography or anything. But like they're starting to be like, well, we get more ads from
Right, right,
Tide.
right,
You know
right.
what I mean? Who's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
we don't want to be edgy. We're detergent. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
We
So,
want soccer moms.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that's where the censorship is really coming into play because you don't have to censor yourself on YouTube, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, I mean, I guess we'll find out how heavily that impacts
Affects
your
our ability to earn from it.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
exactly.
So, but yeah, to bring it back to Joe Rogan, I mean, I feel like it is kind of that is definitely like a line I feel like you don't step over, like saying what and what not to do with the vaccine without like explicitly saying this is how I feel.
This is my
Like,
opinion. I am
but
so
even maybe that for Joe Rogan is too much to say because people, blindly follow people.
this sounds
But
crazy, but I was talking to our mutual friend the other day, Evan, about this. And like Joe Rogan is like this our generation's like Oprah. You know what I mean? Like whatever he endorses, people buy. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Whatever he says, people take as the truth, even if it's not on a news station or anything. Like, and it's just like that's incredibly powerful. You know what
which
I
is
mean?
crazy because I'm sure he has said 1,000 more times than Oprah, I'm not any kind of expert.
Yes. Yeah.
Unless it's jujitsu or chimpanzees.
Yeah.
No, not even chimpanzees, like elk.
Yeah.
Elk hunting.
How to cook an elk. Yeah. Or, no, but
Yeah, then I don't know. I don't think it's his fault. I mean, unless I didn't really see it, but I guess if he was like,
we're at less
"Hey,
than a
kids, do not go get that." It's like that. Okay, okay, you shouldn't have done
no. He's like, I'm telling you, I will give you money to not get it. Yeah.
that. Yeah, yeah.
But we're at less than a minute, so we'll
How
wrap
long?
that up.
How long is that time?
45.
It's 45.
45.
Okay, cool. We'll do 20 or 30 more minutes
Yeah.
tops.
Like a plan.
Cool. I
But
guess we'll just
we were about to get kicked though, so I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
we said enough that we can edit the end of that Joe Rogan conversation.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, Abe, just send that right after it goes off, and then we'll just go on to the next news article.
Yep.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
So luckily, I mean, I guess it's cool that my audio is not cutting out.
Yeah, I've noticed a couple times, like I think mine even has a little bit of delay sometimes.
Yeah,
But
that's minor things. I don't think that's not anything to worry about. This camera thing is really annoying. It's doing it right now, but I'm going through my microphone right now, so
yeah. But no, you
the
sound
audio
good.
is not doing that.
Mm.
All right, well, we'll figure it out later.
Cool.
Yes, sir.
Let's just leave it. And all right,
I'm back in this bitch.
we back in it, bitch.
Abe.
Hit us with the news, baby.
Mm. Oh shit, the grandma glasses.
The grandma glasses to keep grandson safe
Right.
from the sun rays.
So I'll take point on this one too here.
Sounds terrible.
I read this earlier and it's crazy, but we have, again, just like Joe Rogan, I'm not an expert or a scientist, but apparently we have like the genetic information in us to evolve into producing venom. Like we have the necessary things, and it's a thing that humans like could do technically. Like since so can a lot of mammals. Like we could just, if like for whatever reason we're in a situation where that became advantageous to us, humans could become venomous.
So we're not reptilian people. You're not suggesting that.
Well, I'm not saying what we are or are not, but
That is very interesting. I mean, maybe some type of post-apocalyptic, like last surviving group of humans has to reproduce and live in this like harsh, overgrown terrain now.
yeah, it could absolutely be that. And another thing, remember how we have on the last podcast we were learning a bit about this vaccine and CRISPR technology, where we can edit genes now. Maybe we can coax this thing into happening, and we'll have like venomous human serpent creatures, soldiers, eventually here. The possibilities are endless.
I don't want those. So we've got these guys now, and we
It'll
also
be
just
like-
got some regular fucking monkey guys walking around who can throw good. Ooh,
Yeah.
I don't think
Well,
humans need
how
built-in death devices. They're pretty fucked up as it
yeah,
is.
I mean, you pretty much are that. So yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, so that's something that I thought was pretty cool. That it was like, well, we could develop if we need to. Bless you. But
Thanks.
yeah, we probably won't. The article went on to explain.
They were just like, man, I have no good articles to write this week. How about the possibility of humans being venomous? So what is it? you probably don't know, but I wonder what it specifically is that they noticed that's like, oh, like
Oh, I think it's like the fact that we have saliva and we produce saliva in our mouths, and the fact that like we have certain like proteins available or something like that. Like, yeah, it was pretty sciencey, but they were
well,
like,
here's the
yeah, we could
thing.
definitely like we've got like all the pieces to this puzzle.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna call myself an expert here. No, I'm
Okay,
kidding.
resident
But
expert.
but wouldn't that just be saliva? I mean, saliva does break down things in I guess a similar way that a
That's a
venom
good point.
could, I guess. But also on top of that, we're probably the worst biters in
Yeah,
the animal kingdom as
this-
far as things with teeth. Like
yeah, we suck.
imagine like
We lose our
imagine
teeth and they're gone forever. Also, you know what I mean? Like, it's,
yeah, like imagine trying to bite a wolf.
oh god, it'd be yeah, no,
Our
and that's the other
faces
crazy
are
thing.
soft.
Yeah, we have like, and that like, we've got like 30 years of teeth before we had toothbrushes. You know what I mean? Like everything else. It's like,
Right.
yep, no, you lose them. That's it. They're in, then they're gone, and then you
Yeah.
die.
Yeah.
So no, I
So
don't want to be biting stuff. That's not. We're not designed for that. But whoa, but there are mammals like the platypus that have like spurs on their hind legs. The males do that are venomous.
yes.
So we could
Yes.
develop just like elbows that with like a come to a point and then
Mm.
venom
But
on
that's
the.
not in our mouth, right? That's why I wondered, because it's like, I mean,
But we could have another gland there secreting stuff. Who knows what kind of weird stuff we get into?
maybe. But yeah, it would definitely have to be some kind of like poisonous claws. I mean, we have terrible fucking fingernails as well, but like we're the only thing that calls them
Isn't it?
fingernails instead of claws. Maybe other apes,
It's
I guess,
true.
call them that.
I was listening to someone talk how ridiculous it is and how much like we've been failed by natural selection, that like we get one shot on our teeth, but our fingernails have to be trimmed every like other day.
Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah,
Like they serve no purpose.
yeah,
Yeah,
thanks.
it's like, oh,
Oh,
you just,
oh, I could scratch
yeah, no,
myself good.
yeah, that's it.
But
That's it.
imagine losing a fingernail and it not coming back. I mean, you that'd be weird.
Yeah, that would
Just
not
have
be.
some
Would
like
be, yeah,
Powerpuff Girl like fingers.
yeah. No one wants
Yeah,
that.
that'd be weird. I lost.
What else?
No, yeah,
Go ahead.
we should move on. No, go ahead.
Okay.
Any other news or? Jesus Christ.
Damn.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's so first of all, I fucking hate
What'd you say?
centipedes.
Oh, dude, me too. Like, I'm not even like a ooh, spiders are creepy kind of guy. I've got like a healthy fear of anything that might be able to bite and kill me. But like, no, centipedes, I have an irrational fear of just too many legs, bro.
And then a giant one.
Yeah.
And
Oh, good.
and mind you, they're not like, I mean, I'm not sure about that one, but like they're like holding with two hands giant. Like I'm pretty sure that they get that big.
And they've got
Um
like armor. They're,
yeah,
like
and then
armored
and
with pincers.
like a centipede is like perfect representation of like 90s horror films. I don't know why, but like
No, you're right. You're right. I feel that.
well, I mean, I probably say that because I remember like I'm flashbacks of a certain one that had like centipedes in the intro or something. But
Okay.
yeah, they're terrifying. But really, it's funny because they don't really do much.
No,
But
they
it's
bite. They're poison or venomous, I believe, as well.
really.
Yeah.
Mm,
I don't know if they can fuck up people, but
maybe
I don't want to find
yeah.
out.
I don't either. Coyote Peterson will find out for us. So have
We
you ever seen
will.
that guy?
We will enter the bite zone.
Yeah, if we could ever fucking interview that guy,
Like,
that'd be insane.
what a lane to pick.
Yeah.
He's
So
really
sorry, but that's not the only like new animal. Like I don't know if it's just like I don't know. I seem to keep seeing like new species found type things, or like maybe it's like scientists have known about them, but like the public hasn't really. That's probably a lot of them.
Mhm.
For instance, what's um sorry. Oh yeah. Hey, will you type in pull up a flying fox?
Oh wait, is this a bat?
Yeah, it's like a ridiculously large bat, and
Yeah,
they're also like purple. Like in the right light, they're like purple as fuck.
and they've got like orange like chest hair and stuff sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
So I mean, these they seem like they're pretty abundant, and I'm sure people have known about them, but I don't think like it's
Like your average
very
person
well
doesn't like,
known in
know about
Western culture.
that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a
Yeah.
little kid, I got so mad at my aunt. I was like hanging out with my aunt, stayed over their house, and like we're talking about dragons because we're like I was like 5 or something, and my younger cousin was like, "Oh, good thing they don't exist." And I was like, "Well, there's this thing called a Komodo dragon," and my aunt got like super mad at me. She's like, "Quit making stuff up to scare him." I was like, "No, it's like a really, it's not like a fire breathing dragon." But I was so pissed off at her. And she's like, "Stop it." I was like, "No, God, it's real."
Go to your room.
Yeah, I know. But she like I ended up telling my mom. I was so mad, and like she told her like, no, it's a real thing, and he's weirdly into shit like this. So and and she apologized.
Your intelligence got you nowhere there.
I was so bad.
Well,
So
actually,
I know.
shut
Just
up,
because,
kid.
I know, just because I was 5. I'm like, "Ugh."
You don't know shit, Komodo, Kododo dragon making shit
Look,
up.
I know I just pissed my pants, but that doesn't mean I don't know anything about reptiles.
God, fucking idiot kid.
I know.
Man, that's the worst though. It's like I I'm never gonna underestimate a kid because kids are really curious about the world and they do learn shit that like adults
Yeah,
don't know. So
exactly.
so another one, a pull up. This is okay, so it's also not a new species, but it's new to Florida because I don't know why. Florida's just so fucked up that these motherfuckers just keep bringing stuff there. Like, why no one like brings stuff to Colorado and they're just like, be free, go have babies out there. Like, I don't know why people are doing this, but isn't that how alligators got to Florida?
I don't know. I thought alligators have been around there for a long time, but I
Oh
had no.
no, I'm stupid.
You're thinking of like a python.
The Everglades are there. Yeah,
Yeah,
but yeah,
I think you're thinking of like
I think that
pythons
is
and
it.
shit.
Yeah, like pythons. Yeah, I'm stupid. Yeah. So type in like Florida new black tarantula.
Oh god,
It's actually like a trapdoor
just what they
spider,
needed.
but it looks
Oh,
like
those are insane.
a tarantula. It's I mean, like 5 minutes ago, you said you're not
Venomous
like a
too.
spiders guy. Yeah, I don't think it really hurts. It's very venomous. It's like one of those like liquefy its
A venomous
enemies
new animal that is
insides.
new, but not new in the sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck the narrator. Yeah, so it's
Got this.
invasive species in Florida. This is just some weird. I saw this video.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how much of the real spider it shows.
I don't want that. I can just tell you, I don't like it. Not only is it venomous, but it looks clever.
It builds trap doors. I've never built a trap door, so it's got one
Wily
up on
coyote
me.
tarantula, they're called.
Ooga booga, ah.
Yeah, ooga booga, exactly. Like, look, right under this, something
Yeah.
you don't want to be under it. Yeah.
So I don't know. Florida is just like our little miniature Australia over here. I don't know what the deal is. What the
Excuse
fuck?
me. This escalated quickly.
That reminds me of that. There's a bug that like can
Oh,
like you know what I'm saying? The
I
zombie
think
ant thing.
it's this weird fungus or something.
Oh, it
something
is.
that like like takes over the brain of like this ant and like makes it hurl itself into water or like in other areas to like it's crazy.
Is that
Right.
mushroom thinking?
Yeah, I mean, I guess. And I mean, you got to think like how crazy
What
like
the fuck?
yeah, I know. Shit like that happens with natural selection, something that insane, but also like something like a whale. We're like, we're gonna make this thing like,
Just so big.
or like insanely big, but it has to eat millions and millions of tiny things
Yeah, what the fuck?
every day.
Have you ever played fuck. Abe, what's that game called? The evolution game. Oh,
Are-
Four.
Spore.
Yeah.
Oh no, I have not. I think I know what
Four
it
is
is though.
amazing.
Yeah, so every time I think of like natural selection and stuff like that, I think of that game. Yeah, this is it. So you just you start off as like um one-celled organism and you just
Mhm.
like float around on this 2D plane killing, yeah, you like kill other one-celled organisms, and
Mhm.
then you know, as you evolve and like eat or whatever, you can add like um
Different
features,
genetic traits or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, like featured like shocking or like a
Oh,
spike or poison or something like that, and then you eventually evolve into a, a multi-cell organism out of the water, and that was as far as I got, but
You should
as
watch Brent play that.
yeah, that'd be great, honestly.
oh my god.
I can share the game with you, and you can just play it on my account, and we can all
Oh
just watch
yeah.
you
Dude,
play.
that'd be so fun. So you
Yeah.
see this, yeah, that was, yeah, it's this little guy floating around this, like, you know, obviously microscopic world.
I think I might
So
have seen this
so this
game
thing's
before.
got six
I haven't
eyes
played it.
and a chomper. I don't know what the six eyes really do for him. Oh, actually, I do know what they do.
See. Oh,
They allow him to see further, so you can
yeah.
see more around you if you have more eyes. You can go faster if you have more jet propulsion things, you know, whatever it is. And then yeah, you evolve into like a, you know, monkey-like creature eventually, and then you can make like a whole like society of those like things, like starting from this. You know, it's really weird.
That is really cool.
It would be
I
interesting
love shit like that.
to trip and play it or
Oh
something like
boy,
that.
that would definitely be interesting.
Yeah. So why was I talking about this? Oh yeah, natural selection. So yeah, it's so things. One of the craziest things to me is mimicry. Like, how does a bug, like, how does evolution like make a bug know to look like a leaf? There's a I
Yeah.
forget I forget what it is, honestly, but there's this bug that can look like, oh yeah. Uh I think we might have looked at it last time, but hey, pull up it's oh, viper caterpillar.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's so crazy.
Dude, this thing is insane.
You
Like,
have to think that it's more than just like, oh, these ones that look a little bit like vipers keep mating because it makes them live longer.
well, and yeah, exactly. That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
And it changes itself to look like that
And I feel
because it
like
can also look like a stick and a dried leaf.
that's so crazy. And I feel like
Look at
scientists
this.
just
What
say
the
like, well, it
fuck?
took millions and millions of years. Like, okay, but still, how? I mean, why?
But yeah, exactly. Like,
Mhm.
this is just so specific that it's like it had to start with some a much more, so it had to start with hiding, I feel like.
Mhm.
Just wanting to hide, and then eventually the green ones lasted longer,
Have you
and
ever
then
heard of the 100 monkeys theory?
I don't think so.
Okay, I think it's the 100, it might be the 1000 monkeys theory, but the
Mm,
idea came from like this this like group of monkeys that were being watched on this island, and like one of them learned how to like use a rock to like smack a fish and kill it out of the water, be like, oh cool, or something like that. They
yeah,
used some sort
yeah.
of tool, and like they kind of like showed other monkeys on the in the island, and then like more and more learn, and they say once it reaches a certain threshold, I believe it's 100 or 1000, something like that, then monkeys on the other side of the world learned it, and monkeys like all over
Okay,
started
yeah,
doing this.
yeah.
And it's
And
like, oh, wait a
actually,
minute.
a similar thing has been tested with humans, I believe. Like they gave people, in like one area of the world. I don't remember exactly where. We'll say Australia or something. They gave them a test. They saw how they did, and then shortly after they gave the same test to people in America or something like that, and they did like exponentially better
That's crazy.
because
What's
who
even
knows
crazier?
why.
It's so I looked it up. It's called the 100th monkey effect, and it's a hypothetical phenomenon. So, but another crazy thing is that apparently I heard of a study where they had people take a test, and then they showed one group the answers after the test, and they didn't show the other group, and the group that was shown the answers afterward scored higher.
Wait, say it again.
Okay, so two groups of people took a test,
Yes.
and they showed the correct answers to one group afterward. They did not show the correct answers to the other group. The group that got to see the answers to the test afterward, their test scores were higher. And I think this is like
significantly.
You know, I couldn't tell you if it
Yeah.
it's a repeatable thing though. They're like, yeah, like, I know, which is kind of like makes you think of like, what the hell? It's like time cyclical, and the fact that like they will know it means they did know it, and like,
did they know that they would be shown the answers afterwards?
That's a great question. I don't know,
because I feel like that could definitely
feel like,
but if you didn't tell them, I don't see how that could possibly have any effect. But it's interesting. It's kind of like it's like the metaphysics stuff about like how a particle acts a certain way when you're looking at it and not differently when you're not looking at it.
The act of observing it changes it or whatever.
Yeah, which that alone just brings the question of like how much of what we believe is truly true. And I used to think about this a lot when I tripped a lot, but I would always think about like what it like people say like
clumsy. He used to be very clumsy. He was tripping.
yeah. Just never tied my shoes.
Yeah.
But I would think about like they say like if you believe something, like if you truly believe something, then it's true. And I look at that two ways. It's like, well, first of all, if you actually truly believe it, then in your reality, it is true. You're gonna do things as if it were true because you believe it.
Right.
So that in a sense is true right there.
We used to talk about big R reality, like capital R reality, like the idea of an objective truth, and then like small R reality. You remember that? Do you remember talking about that?
Not really. Not the R, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's just like we were talking about this, and I meant to talk to someone else around the same time about it. Though.
Okay, yeah. But I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, it's just like the idea of like, is there such a thing as just objective reality, or is it all like is objective reality like the cobbled together small
right,
right experiencing? I mean,
yeah, and like what was I gonna say? So yeah, oh yeah, I also always wondered like if the whole world was able to believe something is possible that we don't already consider possible, would that change the possibility of that happening? Something like telekinesis or something like that.
Well, that's the goal of this podcast. We're going to reach every day, come up with one thing we believe in, and we'll all be fine.
Yep. Yeah, because of course there's not a lot of footage or if any of it, but they said that there are kids in the East who can do things like that. I've seen it. There's a video of a guy who does qigong, and I mean, he does do really crazy things in this video, and it was really hard for the people to get him to accept to be filmed, first of all.
Yeah.
And then when he accepted it, they didn't really believe that he had these like powers, but to him they're not powers. He's just like redirecting his chi, which is like your life force energy or whatever. Right. But he can do things like you know what Reiki is?
Yeah, it's the idea of like energy healing, right?
Yeah. So he can do that, but like extremely intensely, like make your muscle like tense up. It's like it feels like it shocks you. Apparently,
stimulate the neurons in your body.
Yeah, and like, and the guy who was doing the film went there to have him heal his eyes because he had like glaucoma or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what the result of that was. I'm sure it did something though, because like the cameramen and stuff would be like, they were in disbelief, so they would just like touch their hand to his like that, and he would be like, and then like they're like, like they couldn't like keep
Bro,
touching his hand, like it was
that's
like
crazy.
and then he also set some newspaper on fire with just his hand, and he like put a chopstick through a wooden table, and all these weird things. And he said the way that he did it was like years and years of deep meditation, like by himself for
Well, there's
long
no
periods of
doubt
time.
that like that does have effects. Like I'm pretty sure there's been measured things like people being able to control their heart rates
Right.
and like their body temperatures and stuff like that.
Right.
I think there was like this thing where they tried to like put these monks in like a freezer and like with like
Yeah.
on them, and
Yeah.
they're able to regulate their body temperature like
Yeah.
through meditative states or by just being in control. I'm not entirely sure, but
Well, and you've seen that. Sorry, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say it makes sense. You know what I mean? If like that's something that if there's any sort of progress you can make in there with like actually controlling your like what we call our involuntary things, like our heartbeat, our just like our blinking, that's an involuntary motion.
Yeah.
If you could do any sort of slight modification, it leaves the door open to the possibilities being endless.
Like blood flow.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. 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 It's interesting. And like, I mean, you see these guys, it's probably like a stupid stereotype. Not all monks can do this, I'm sure, but like some of them at the end of their life, or they decide that they want to die or whatever for whatever reason. I feel like it's a lot of times for like protesting reasons. They'll like just sit and like it's like cross-legged, chilling, and like light themselves on fire, and like remain.
I think it was in
They don't.
Square. That was like
Say
a
it
famous
again.
one. I think it was in Tiananmen Square or something like that. Is one of like the most like in front of a tank. A guy did that or something.
Yeah, something like that. I didn't know the name of the place, but I believe I'm thinking of the same thing. So it's interesting because it's like he doesn't flail around or anything like that.
Yeah.
I mean that seems like the only type of response you could have is like, oh shit, I'm burning. Like even if you decided like, dude, I don't care how crazy some other guy would be, he might light himself on fire, but I don't think
there's a biological
there.
response to
Yeah.
Like, your caveman brain being like fire bad, this ouch,
Yeah. So
to be able to turn that off is something I've yet to understand. I catch a shinner and I have to like jump up and down for half an hour and be upset.
Yeah. Like someone was telling me the other day that you can't drown yourself. Like if you try to lay down in a tub, you will come up for air. Mm-hmm. I didn't know how much I believed that, but
you tried, and just kidding.
I have less brain cells now.
Yeah. To bring it all full circle, Eminem, I'm gonna attempt to drown myself.
Yeah, you can try this at home. Yeah, like that's literally why he would do that shit.
That's so funny.
I love his career, and I can't stand like the second half of his career because I feel like he finally gave in to everyone's like opinion of him. Probably, I mean, I'm sure he has his own reasons, probably because he has a daughter and things like that. Mm-hmm. But as a huge fan of just like seeing somebody speak freely, but not only speak freely, it was like he didn't spread hate. Besides, like, okay, you could say to his ex-wife and his mom, that's personal things, and still though, you're allowed. And a lot
of people accused him of gay bashing and stuff too. I mean, there's definitely that, but I don't think he was like, go kill gay people, like, I don't know.
No, I don't think he really cared. I think it was just like another easy group of people for him to poke fun at, like, and to put it perfectly, like he made fun of Christopher Reeve. Hold on. Oh. have allergies and my nose is just
No, I'm just
running.
sitting here doing
But
my hair. Like, you mad?
like he made fun of
Why
Christopher
you think I'm
Reeves,
mad?
and I'm sure it would have just been a one-off
What I
thing.
did to make you think I'm
Mm-hmm.
mad?
But then people got so
Totally.
upset about it that he just kept on and kept on and kept on doing it. And that's literally that's his whole career, because
Mad
his up and coming, like
over it.
if you listen before he really blew up, he was really like motivational almost. And then and then in order to blow up his music, he was doing rap battles.
Yeah.
And then people, yeah, you have to be edgy, exactly. And actually his first rap battles weren't insanely edgy,
Mm-hmm.
but I think they got a little more. And then people started noticing him because of the rap battles and liking that. They hadn't maybe heard his album really,
Mm-hmm.
or they had, but they're like, oh yeah, that's cool. But yeah, those rap battles, those are tight, maybe that was it. So um and then yeah, so then he went with that, and then also kind of put his own emotions and problems into his music. But yeah, and then it kind of backfired on him in a way, but also blew him up like bigger than ever. So it's
Yeah.
really interesting. And then
Well, it could be a matter of the fact that it's just like you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Like it's just like, I don't know. I feel like everyone is on some sort of trajectory. They can't just stay what they are for any one given time.
yeah,
And
that's true too.
but I mean, it could be a million things. But I don't know. It's just a
Yeah,
perspective of it.
yeah,
That's what
but I feel
about
like
most-
I guess I felt like he was muzzled almost in a way.
it could very well be because he did have so much influence, and people are like, "Look, man, you want to be rich or do you want to like, I don't know." But,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's interesting to see.
it is, yeah. What a life! I'd take it.
Yeah.
I don't
You
know.
say, yeah. Yeah. I feel like if you could just transition to that life, like right now, like
Hmm.
nobody could be ready for that,
No, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And like you see people go crazy or whatever, but it's like, man, that's like your whole existence has changed like forever. You know what I mean? Like you can't go
Yeah.
back to being just somebody unless you just like totally disappear.
Yeah.
But
Hey, we've got 9 minutes left. So we could pull up one of our little sketch ideas, or I have a sketch idea. I was thinking I could have maybe a 15 or 20-second round each draw off with Abe.
ooh, I like that. I will commentate. Do you need me to come
So
up with an idea?
yeah, I want you to be the guy who
Okay.
gives us the thing to draw,
Okay.
and start. Do you have a timer, or
Yeah, I got
or you can count in
got
your
one on
head
my
either?
phone. I
Okay,
got one on my
cool.
phone. Yeah, I got you.
I think that. How long are you down for this, Abe?
I say you give
Okay.
him a solid 30 seconds.
30 seconds, yeah. Okay. So we have 30 seconds to draw whatever Brent says, and it starts right after he says the
The
word.
thing. Okay.
Yeah. So no time to think. You just got to draw. And it can be like anything. It could be an object, an animal, a cartoon character.
Okay. I got it. Are we ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Timer's ready. Okay. A centipede at the supermarket.
Jesus Christ. Oh no.
20 seconds left.
Okay.
I purposely picked something with a lot of legs because it's a lot to draw. You have 8 seconds. 3.
You gave us a fucking setting too.
Yep. Time's up. That's
right.
it.
I thought a centipede was gonna be hard enough. Okay, let's see whose is better. You gotta put yourself on the screen as well, Abe.
Yeah. I'll review them each one at a time. Okay. Oh, okay. Wow.
Kroger.
We went to Kroger. All right. That's a lot of legs. It looks like he's really moving because those leaves are flying backwards.
Yeah,
He's
in a
flying,
hurry.
scooting. He's going to the
he's in a
pharmacy,
hurry at the
Yeah.
market.
and he's
Yeah.
some
Okay.
hernia
I like
cream.
the
Hernia
cart
cream.
is good. Yeah, no, that's
I think Abe
I'm impressed.
won
I'm impressed. I'm
because
not gonna lie.
he was smart enough to leave out the background.
Mhm. Oh, wait a minute.
So I tried to draw
Okay.
some aisles.
Okay. So your setting is definitely better.
It's got some depth.
Yeah,
It's got
exactly.
some depth.
There's dimensions at work here.
I should have put an exit sign in the back or something.
Ooh, yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe it's up in the air. You know, I got
Yeah,
some
okay.
dimensions, but
So,
Abe's got
I
a
like-
logo.
Yeah, it's true. I like so I'm gonna say that I like Ricky's direction better, but I'm gonna say Abe's execution edges it
Okay.
out. Sorry.
I can't argue with
I
that.
saw that and I immediately thought Centipede shopping. Super, you know what I mean? So
It was. I had to.
I will say
you needed the context for mine.
I will say the words Kroger, definitely the word Kroger. I don't know if that was fair. I don't know if that,
Yeah.
I don't know if you were showing me or telling me that
Yeah.
okay. I say we do 2 more of those because that was awesome. Okay.
Yeah. We have
Okay.
5 minutes left too.
Yep.
Before
Okay.
we should just close it out. So
I've got a 30-second timer ready. And now we are going to do the abominable snowman at Thanksgiving. $20 seconds left. Halfway. 10. 3, 2, 1. Okay. All right, Ava, we got a whole family.
Oh.
It looks like
Oh, I thought he had a banjo.
yeah, I was getting ready to
Maybe
say
a drumstick, but it just got out of hand.
Definitely a guitar. That's an abominable
That's
snow
a
band.
loot. That's a loot.
That's an abominable snow band. So
Oh,
you might be
I
out of the
misunderstood.
I was trying to make like a Grateful Dead pun that I couldn't get to.
I guess I
The
cheated with
Apeful
words
Dead,
as
I don't
well.
know.
I
Apeful
should have
Dead.
just.
Ooh, oh,
So
past
the
it
other
to-
people around the table weren't as important to me,
Yeah, no, I feel that.
but I could have drawn the turkey instead of having
True.
angrily.
Okay. Yeah,
Thanks.
definitely have that going for you. He looks the most abominable of all the snowmen.
So I like how we had a similar take on an abominable snowman.
Yeah, no, that was pretty good. But and Abe cheated by having more than one abominable snowman. I was picturing like a single one, like with like the pioneers and then Native Americans.
Yeah, although
Yeah, no, you know, because of the banjo turkey leg, I'm gonna give Ricky the edge. His snowman looked the most abominable. So
okay, I'll accept that one. Although I kind of liked Abe's better still.
okay, guys,
it was well drawn.
we've
All right.
got the tiebreaker here, and this one's gonna be a doozy.
All right.
Okay. Okay. 30 seconds on the timer.
Yep.
You have to draw a unicorn building a clock.
Okay.
$20 seconds.
Fuck.
Halfway. 10.
Oh god. Oh no. This is so hard. This is
3,
too hard.
2, 1. This might be This might be about damage control here. Maybe not who did the best, who didn't do the worst.
That was so hard. It's like you start off.
Well, I mean, I can't be mad at that, Abe.
I panicked on the shape of the clock. I didn't know what shape to make it. So
That is a big clock. That's
He looks like he's like going to work. My guy's like a little frustrated about this small clock he's making.
hold on.
And he's also very handicapped around the butt area.
That unicorn looks predatory.
Yeah, he's like, Jesus. I just imagine building a clock is hard, I guess.
He's like,
I guess that
only
goes-
had some goddamn thumbs.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that was probably it too. It's like, they can't build clocks. That would be very stressful.
Okay, so that's more of the clock that I was thinking of, not like Big Ben. Like,
The grandfather clock.
yeah, but I've got to give Abe this one.
He's
got more- Yeah, I liked Ricky's too. I liked-
We'll have a rematch. We'll have a
Ricky,
rematch.
I liked the emotion you conveyed.
Yeah.
This
Oh
is my
god.
new favorite segment. This is fantastic.
Yeah, that was fun. We'll have to do that one again. Rematch. Maybe Brent will jump in and
my
we'll see how
God.
that goes.
You're gonna have to put me in
Brent
like
versus Evan. Oh, Evan is great at this, so we'll have him do
no.
the same.
Okay.
Hey, we're about to get kicked off here. We need to fix this next time. Maybe try
Yep.
it through Google Meets or whatever. But just quick little goodbye to everyone. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoy our first episode. Anything you want to say, Brent?
Same thing. Thanks for checking it out. Let us Yeah, we gotta do the outro. We can put that in at the end. No, I was going to say I was about to say the last sentence too, but it's all good. Oh, maybe. Hold on. I don't know. Oh, I don't think he's invited. Oh, wait, invite. Okay, email. Email. Okay. Processing request. What the hell? Okay, wait, hold on. No, F that. This is what we're gonna do. Hold on. What? Okay. Ricky Webb. Okay. Yeah, that'd be funny. I definitely and put it in the original Japanese, so we have to try to get the context of what's going on, maybe. Try to say what it's about. Oh, that dude definitely fucked his bitch. That's what happened. Yeah.
Dang, come on, Richard.
Yeah, get in on this. I sent the thing, so hopefully
I'll
it'll be coming.
send one too.
I didn't know I could invite as not the host. Yeah, that 30-second drawing thing was hilarious.
Yeah,
I tried to come up with the most outlandish things I could. So
It's very difficult.
that's what the people want.
When did you start the timer? Before you started explaining it?
No,
Okay.
literally as I finished saying the last word.
Okay. I was just wondering.
I know it went by fast. I thought it went by fast too. Hopefully, it doesn't seem like 30 seconds of dead air. But yeah, it seemed like it went by so fast. And I wasn't even drawing, so. But I was impressed every time with how much you guys drew. I was like, whoa, holy shit. Maybe send Ricky a message here.
Yeah. Can we just fade it out at the end or something? Maybe, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you just want to do a solo outro. Just be like, thanks for watching, real quick or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
I got you. I can do that.
Okay, let me.
I'll try to take it from the top from what like Ricky said or whatever.
Let me make you the main camera.
Okay. Am I good? Let me know when I'm ready or when you're.
And
All right, guys, and like my co-host Ricky said, thanks for checking out the show. Please feel free to send us any messages on any of our social media. I think it's under Gnarly by Nature Pod. Is that correct, Abe?
yeah, that's it.
Okay, on all major social media outlets. Leave a comment on YouTube, and we'd love to hear what you guys want to see from the show, what you liked, what you didn't like, um, and anything from there. But other than that, thanks again for checking it out, and stay gnarly.